Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. So I'm going to talk about how I sketch a face quickly. As you can see from the sketch, I start with the basic shapes of the face. So starting out with the face, the egg-like shape of the face, now moving on to the shape of the hair. Working out the shape of the left side of the hair as well as the cloth using very basic, light sketch lines, of which later I'm going to make them thicker. Same as the right side, what I did on the left side, on the right side, the basic shape of the hair. And now I'm trying to work out the positions of the facial features, like the mouth, the nose, and the eyes, as well as the eyebrows. Notice I'm not drawing any details, just the positioning of where they are going to be. So after getting the shapes and the positioning of the features, I'm now going to details. Still the basic shapes though of the the eyes. Trying to get the basic shape of the eyes, and then I'll use that as a precedent to get the other eye, as well as the nose and the mouth. So not much details, just the shape of the eye and where the iris will be, and then using that to build the eyebrows to get the position of the eyebrows, comparing and contrasting. So I'm done with the first eye, and I'm using the first eye to gauge where the second eye will be. Also drawing the basic shape. And using that to also draw the eyebrows. Done with the eyes, now working on the nose, using the eyes to build the nose, the position of the nose. This particular style is called sketch by observation, where you draw one feature and then you compare it to other features. Let's start with the eyes. Draw the eyes, then draw the second eye, you compare and contrast, and it lets you know the position of the second eyes, and you can build your facial features like that. So I'm done with the eyes, to the nose, then now to the mouth. Also using the nose to gauge where. Also looking back at my reference to know if I'm right or wrong. Just basic shapes, no much details. So now I'm done with the basic shapes of the features. Now I'm making the lines, darker so that they pop out, for the viewer to see clearly the shape of the face. Initially, it was a very light line. Now making them a little bit thicker. Now I'm trying to shade the hair. I'm using a quick, sketching style, so I'm not bothered about much details, just 45-degree strokes across the hair to make it quicker. Then I'm also hatching the lines, following the line of the hair. Now I'm working on the cloth, not going into much detail, just an expressive sketch. And now finally we can put some more details on the eyes after we've gotten the shape. So now drawing the border of the eyes as well as the iris, making the eyes to pop so the viewer can see it clearly. That's basically what I'm trying to do, making the features darker and come out. Also doing that for the nose as well, darkening the lines, adding more pressure to my strokes. And then for the shading of the face, I'm using a 2B pencil, to shade the face, and I'm doing it very, very lightly, not overshading, very light strokes across the face to give the face some volume. You can also use your hand as well, but in this tutorial I chose to use the pencil to sketch along the face. Now working on the neck, really light strokes, 45-degree. And there you go, that's the final piece. Thanks for watching.